you guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be.
I'm Whitney.
What up, you guys? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be. Go ahead and click that subscribe button to be a part of the Witness gang, to join the Witness Nation. Now, let's get into this, you guys. Hello, and welcome to another segment of Whitney DTV, okay? How you guys weekend? What up? Let me see these comments. Hopefully, you guys can hear me just fine. Okay, hello, you guys. Welcome. Like always, like I always tell you guys, let me go and put it on the screen. This is what we do. Yes, let me know what city you guys are tuning in from so I can shout you guys out. Hello, Mary Blue. I love you, girl. Hey, welcome. Hey, you guys, we're about to get into some goodness. Okay. So if you have not already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and head on down where you see join, okay? Now, let me tell you why it is very prevalent right now for you to join this channel, okay? I have some goodness, yummy content that's about to come. If you guys aren't aware, you know what? Let me just drop it and let y'all know what is coming at the end of the month for my members only, members first. Check this out.
I can't even count, but numerous of times at night I'm always was taken to this back room and then molested. So it's I can't even count.
But I wasn't okay.
And then it got to the point where he started to go a little further.
Get off my sister, you know, and I was just like, yeah, you know, because I didn't know, you know, what was going on. So was your abuse by females, males, or
Male.
So I would say around 7.
because in that moment we had all had a common narrative. They had been molested too, and 2 out of those sisters by the same person that was doing it to me.
He said, well, I want to ask you, are you gay?
We survived because it figured out how to what to do if we blow a fuse, and the brain knows what to do if it believes it will destruct. It takes memories and it moves them offline so that we don't remember, so we don't have to deal with what the brain says is too much for us.
Drama every time you do something. No peace nowhere. You're not looking at the spirit realm. In the natural, you look like a pretty cool brother. You're a pretty cool sister, but you can't get along with nobody. And every relationship, even the good ones that should have turned out into something good, can't turn out good because you're not aware of the spirit realm.
Ooh-wee. Yeah. So my members will get this content exclusively first. And then to mark the month of sexual abuse awareness, which is the month of April, I'm going to release it to the public, okay? But you guys that join will get the content first next month, okay? Now, let's get into what we're going to be talking about on today, okay? Okay, all right. So I pray you guys can still hear me, right? Y'all can still hear me, right? Let me just make sure, because baby, they be tripping over here. Let me just do a quick check. Okay, all right. So I pray you guys can still hear me. Okay, right? Yeah. All right. We are good. Okay, so I had to do me some catching up. All right, this past weekend, a lot has been going on. Like I said, I'm in develops of this documentary, and just life has just been going on. Texas finally got through that whole storm with the snow, and everything is clearing up. I'm telling you, I swear, Texas is like that ex-boyfriend that cheats on you and then try to come back and act as if they ain't did nothing wrong. I mean, like, seriously, we were in like 0, 3, 2 and stuff like that. And then the next week it's like, hey, no, 72, I'm still here. Hey, what's up? And it's like, Negro, you were just acting. Okay. I'm telling you, I swear Texas is bipolar. It's I don't know what. But not for nothing, I had to catch up. Okay. I had to catch up on my shows, baby. So, that's what we're going to be discussing. Okay. Now, one in particular topic that I want to discuss and we're going to talk about first. Okay. And this topic is Kenya Moore. Okay. Kenya, this last episode, okay, after this whole stripper game, I'm not even going to talk about that because it's like whatever, that's like what everybody has been talking about. But I personally do not care to talk about that. I want to talk about something that I think a lot of people have overlooked, okay? But not for nothing, Kenya, is going through what she's going through, her up and down with Mark, her husband, okay? And so you saw a moment where she is sitting down with LATOYA because she was kind of like upset at how LATOYA was treating her. And if you guys don't know who LATOYA is, it's LATOYA. LATOYA is like her friend or whatever, in this aspect. Okay. And so she was talking to LATOYA. Okay. And she was letting LATOYA know how she didn't appreciate how she didn't have her back or whatever when it came to the dynamics with the girls, because she was basically exposing them after the whole stripper gate, after the whole little, what is that called? The bachelorette party, right? And so they sat down, and in this conversation to LATOYA, Kenya says something like, basically like, everybody in the group know that I like you. Everybody know, what I'm saying? And I've never been with a girl, but I was kind of jealous and this and the third. Okay. So here's my thing in regards to all of that. That's all cute. That's all fine and dandy. But the thing is that Kenya. Okay. And a lot of women in the world right now, let me just put this out here. And I say this because y'all know I'm very transparent and I only speak on things that I have went through that I can speak on. I'm not going to just be talking out the side of my neck like a lot of these commentaries do. I don't do that. I speak from a place of passion because I speak from a place of experience. Okay. Now I've went through a divorce. Okay. And a divorce, for those that don't know, it's very painful. And there's a lot of people on the outside looking in can be like, oh, just get over it, blah, 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 blah. But regardless of the dynamics of the situation, this person can be deadbeat, this person can be horrible. But what you guys have to understand is that to become one when you're married, that's biblical and that's just paper, whatever. You know what I'm saying? What happens to one, the other one gets accused of. Okay, let's just be real. Not for nothing. When you experience a divorce, what you got to understand is basically you guys are one. So just imagine ripping off your limb, okay, or losing a limb in an accident or whatever. Like people mourn body parts and things that they lose and stuff like that, because it's a part of them, okay? And in this situation, when it comes to Kenya has not actually been able to go through this process. And let's be frank and honest with you, she hasn't even ended the dynamics in the situation when it comes to Mark. They're still figuring out what they're going to do and stuff like that. So for her to be already looking at options or exploring options, if you will, and I say that because she basically put it out there, I like you, people in the group know I like you, kind of went to high school, if you ask me, but she put that information out there. So with that being said, you got to understand, it's like, girl, like slow down, because you have not ended this dynamic with Mark. You know what I'm saying? You're still in the situation to where y'all haven't even decided what y'all are doing with yourselves, with y'all relationship. You know what I'm saying? Is if there is one. You know what I'm saying? So why are you already, you know what I'm saying, trying to basically lock down this one lady? You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the dynamics, what people have to realize, until you heal, it's you. You're gonna take that baggage, be it. I'm bouncing around, but let me go back to what I want to say. And I see this a lot, and this may rub a lot of people wrong when I say this, but this is why a lot of women and men switch over. Women go to the lady pond, men go to the men pond, because they feel as though, oh, we're the same. They know how to treat me because we're the same. Yeah, y'all know that whole saying, you know, oh, you get with a woman because a woman know how a woman operates, and they know what a woman wants, and so they can please me. Now, see, if you're thinking of through that with a lustful mind, hey, you may be right. We know the anatomy of a woman. We know them spots that our men allegedly can't touch, or whatever the case may be. So we be trying to do that on them, or vice versa with a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? To be graphic, you know what I'm saying? Men's spot is in their anus, okay? You know, so we get into all of that. But the truth of the matter is that until you get you together, you going on over to a woman and you're a woman, you going over to a man and you're a man, it's not going to change anything. That is not going to change anything. Until you get you together, you're going to drag the little baggage, you're going to drag everything that you're going through right on over with that person. Okay. So until Kenya gets Kenya together, and furthermore, until you shut down what you got going on with Mark, you darn sure can't be talking to the likes of a LaToya. That's something that shouldn't even be in your mind right now, because you're still in a marriage. You're still in a situation, and people irritate the heck out of me when they're in marriages, and just because they're going through a separation situation, they feel as though you're not married, and you feel as though that you can mess around, you can date. All right, idiots. What you're going to fail to realize is that you reap what you sow. You have to exit and end the relationship the same way that you want to enter into one. You can't think just because, oh, we're separated, that this is okay to do. You're still married. You're still legally binded. Okay. And, you know, you can't do that like that. I mean, you can, but it's not a good look. And it's going to follow you into your next relationship. I just don't understand why people tend to think that is going to be, you know, okay, or they're going to be able to, you know, get past that. Like, it's just me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jerome. Hey, Jerome. Watch your mouth. Hey, Jerome. He is tuning in from Facebook. What's up? Not for nothing. That just irks me when people do that. And they be like, well, we've been separated for so-and-so time. So if you're separated from so-and-so time, why not just make it official? Why not just nip everything in the bud and go your separate ways? So that's my little, you know, spiel, if you will, on the whole Kenya situation, Kenya and LaToya, because she looked so desperate, you know, and then it goes to a situation to where she's sitting in front of her attorney. And the attorney, you know, she's updating the attorney that Mark wants to work things out. And see, that's the thing. That's why when you're in a separational period with your spouse, you dating is acidine. And a person that's dating a married person that is separated or whatever the case may be is retarded on your end, because situations like that happen to where they can get back together. And then you are dealing with those feelings. And it is a rebound period that in which you go through, that you want to get with somebody to be able to get those feelings of hurt out and away from you. So you jump into the next extreme. But that's damaging on your part to do that, to say the least, because what's going to happen is you're going to find yourself conflicted even more so, because you done got this emotional attachment to this new person, but you got that history with this person that you're married to. Like, I just don't understand why people don't just allow themselves the time to process what's going on in their life and to be able to just heal. I advise Kenya to first figure out what's going on with her and Mark and her marriage and her child before she tries to worry about what LaToya is doing. And LaToya is in a sticky situation. She's married. Her marriage is faltering and going through what it's going through. And see, her people. And two people going through something, getting together with each other, is just a concoction of toxicity, if you will. Because I'm hurt. I can't help you. I'm hurting. Who's going to be helping me? You know what I'm saying? So I just think that Kenya needs to heal before she even tries to rebound with the likes of LaToya. Okay, that's that on that. Okay, now let's get into this last topic in which I want to discuss when it comes to OG. Okay, whew, this is a sticky topic, but I mean, at me. Okay, at me at this point. I'm so over this. I'm just gonna be dead serious and honest with you. I am absolutely over this whole colorism situation. Does it exist? Absolutely. Now I'm in the middle, so I really can't really speak on that terms, but I know it's real. I've even dealt with it myself being in the industry to where I had some insecurities within myself. I'm just going to be quite frank and honest with you. I had some insecurities because I'm in between. I'm not that chocolate, but I'm not that light bright. I'm just here. You know what I'm saying? And many people don't think that we go through anything, you know what I'm saying, to where we kind of feel like we can't really talk on either end, because we are in the middle. But the thing is that, what OG experienced, I can't take that from her. Okay. I can't take anyone's experience from them. But what I can say in regards to this particular topic is either you're going to address it and we're going to heal from it, or we're not, and you need to shut up about it. That's on period. Don't be going on no hobo tour and keep talking about this same topic. If, like on this last episode, she was very passive aggressive when it came to Kristen, trying to talk about it. Now, I saw people saying, well, Kristen wasn't the right person to come in and address the topic. Y'all have to understand this is TV. Whoever is willing to sign up for the spot, that's who they're going to use. Clearly, it wasn't going to be Evelyn because they have this legal situation going on. Shawnee, I don't really know. She's been in supportive of her friend. Get it? Whatever. The topic was being discussed. That's period. That's what is the importance of this whole situation. Okay. So the thing is that it was trying to be discussed. We were trying to bring the whole situation up. And I feel like I stated that OG was being passive aggressive. Okay. She kept saying how, well, you're supposed to know, what happened. You know what you did. And it's just like, no, I don't know. Some people are oblivious to what they do to a person. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just who they are. Some people just move the way they do. And I feel as though that's not fair to give a person, not to give a person the opportunity to be able to be exposed to what you feel as though they did wrong and allow them to change. Okay. Or allow them to address the topic at hand. Okay. Now, my thing in regards to OG and this whole colorist situation, I do not personally think it's colorism. I think it's this thing called featureism. I think that, it's an issue with features. Okay, because all of these women are of, some kind of African descent as far as being Black, except for Evelyn. I feel as though that energy needs to be taken against Evelyn. Evelyn is the person that you're upset at, then that's who it needs to be taken off on. Okay, but like in regards to OG, you know what I'm saying? To a lot of people, she's attractive. To some people, she's not. I feel like that's okay. To some people, I'm the most beautiful thing. To some people, I look like Wanda. Okay. But the thing is, at the end of the day, I don't give a damn. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And, I don't care. But I think that there's a sense of insecurity when it comes to OG. As strong as she wants to believe she is, you know, she brings up the fact of the matter that, you know, it's beyond just colorism. It's a futurism thing. You have a European nose. I have this nose. But let me just pull something up. And hopefully I can get it downloaded in enough time. Okay, I can't get it pulled up. But my thing is this. What I was going to say in regards to it, I don't see her nose, because she made reference to her nose. OG nose isn't a big old bell pepper nose. You know, it's not big like that. You know, her nose is not no big bell pepper nose. To me, it's not. I feel as though what makes OG ugly, if you ask me, or unattractive, is her attitude. I mean, no shade, no tea, but you know, a person can be the most beautiful thing, but then when they open their mouth, they're the most ugly, unattractive person. Okay, and I feel as though that's what OG gives off this arrogance to her, and no shade, no tea. Most Africans do. Okay, especially when they're in around the likes of African American, like they think they're better than us. Okay, and I've had conversations with Africans, and you know, that's what you get, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And I get that from OG, from the likes of OG. I got that from the first time meeting her. Okay, I'm better than you women. You know what I'm saying? What's up? What's good? I'm here. I'm a football player. What's up? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing this and then third. And I feel as though you can't get mad at a person who doesn't have features like you and get mad because they're not experiencing the things that you've experienced. Okay. And I think she knows that maybe she's lesser attractive, you know, but at the end of the day, that's your issue. That's your problem. Now, as far as colorism and stuff like that, you know, that's your experience. I understand that. I get that. And you probably did experience that with the likes of Evelyn. I don't know. But my thing is, I'm just so tired of people using this whole, you know, Black Lives Matter movement, the whole Me Too movement, and then they're not operating in it. I feel as though until we have the conversation, we address it and we move forward, it comes this whole angry Black woman thing to me. It's like, oh, I'm so angry because I'm so Black and people don't understand my frustration. And it's just like, okay, angry Black woman, why are you angry? Oh, okay, let's talk about this. Let's address it. Oh, okay, let's, you know, but until we sit down and we have a conversation, then we can't do nothing about it. And like I said, whenever I saw the clips that I saw, she was being so passive aggressive. She was so impatient. And then furthermore, she came and released a audio because, as you know, with TV, you can only show so much. Okay. And so it was edited a lot. Okay. And so, you know, people was like, well, it looked bad. It made it look like she was backtracking. Well, I'm sorry, no shade, no tea. But when she released the full audio, it didn't make her look any better. It made her look passive aggressive. It made her look this so kind of like weird, because it's like you got somebody who wants to talk about the topic. Yeah, probably not the person, but you got somebody who's bringing it to light on television. Let's talk about it. Let's not be passive aggressive. Now, you know what you did. You got to come to your own conclusion, your own understanding. Well, baby, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And if so, then you are not going to get the satisfaction that you need, because it's not going to be towards you. It's just going to be me coming to myself. So let's talk about your issue, what you've experienced. Let's address that. Let's talk about it. Let's move forward. But I feel as though OG know this is her storyline, and she's going to ride this mug till the wheels fall off. I myself don't see colorism in this situation. I just don't. I feel as though it's just the dynamics where, no shade, no tea, they don't think she cute. I don't think she cute. That's just me. Hey, like, what's up? At me. I just don't. I mean, and I'm entitled to their opinion. But the thing is that you getting mad at me because I got European features and I don't think you're attractive. Now you want to put that in there? No, that don't have nothing to do with me. That don't have nothing to do with me. I just don't think you're cute. And there's a lot of uncute people. Like I said, to each their own. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Okay. All right. I'm gonna see if I can pull this up. Okay. Because my boy Armand had this conversation and I thought it was good. And I just want to pull these pictures up and let's have this conversation. Thank you, Better Bold Cosmetics. I just didn't see colorism from them. Just cause someone thinks you're ugly. I'm just saying. Like, I didn't call her ugly. I just said, if it was me, I don't find her attractive. I don't like girls. So maybe that's another ruling factor when it comes to me. But I'm finna pull up some more images and you guys tell me. I mean, I'm just saying, and these are less flattering pictures because she has some beautiful pictures. But at the end of the day, well, exactly, it's not my place to judge. But like I said, in regards to me as another woman, a Black woman, okay, who's been called herself ugly, I've been called aggressive. I've been called all the Black terms, okay? I've been called all of that. I've been compared to being as Wanda, and that's a man, okay? So come on. But I'm not calling people colorists, because they don't find me attractive. I don't give a damn, okay? My husband adores me. See, wow, Wayne, with a comment like that, people will say, oh, you're colorist, or you're, what I'm saying? Why do you feel as though she's unattractive? Well, some people are just not cute. I mean, why is it a bad thing that some people aren't attractive? Some people just aren't cute. And I feel like that is okay. Like, it's not a big deal. Don't get mad because people ain't finding you attractive or cute and throw out colorists or colorism. That's just me. I've ran across a lot of unattractive people in my life. Like I said, some people don't think I'm cute, but I don't give a damn. I don't care. Like I said, I've been comparing myself to a whole man because my features, I know, are very distinctive. I have a very strong jawline. Okay. Long chin. You know what I'm saying? My features are very distinctive because I have Indian in me. Okay. And I have a lot of other things in me, but I'm okay with that, baby. I stand in this, baby. This whole jawline and all my other features got me signed to a modeling agency. This whole jawline got me, with my fine ass husband and my beautiful children. Okay. So I do not care. It comes to a point of time to where you have to love thyself and be true to thyself and can't allow people and what they perceive of you to be Bible. Okay. You can't get mad because people don't find you attractive. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, she was aggressive, very aggressive. Yeah, true enough, we can sit up here and say, oh, well, actually her thing was, well, I kept my hands to myself. Where do people get off stating just because you don't hit somebody, you can't antagonize somebody in the same turn? I just don't get that. Well, thank you. I get people that say I look like Wanda all the time. Where they get it from? Oh, I know where they get it from, because my lazy eye. Yeah. So I get that all the time, you know, that I look like Wanda, you know what I'm saying? And I get compared to men and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I don't give a damn. Okay. And, you know, it's unfortunate that I believe she does. I believe she cares. I believe that's the reason why she wants to pull this card of being these people on this show that's been doing this show well before she got into the mix, colorist. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't find you cute. And that's not fair. Now, I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying, you know, that Evelyn doesn't have some, you know, coloristic tendencies. You know, I don't feel as though if you're not of Black descent that you need to be using the N-word. I don't even use the N-word unless I'm trying to be, you know, disrespectful. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate the word. I really do. I don't understand how we as a people can adopt such a word, can feel proud of a word that we took it back. You don't see white folks taking cracker and be like, oh, we taking it back, or Karen. I remember I saw one report about somebody was livid, you know, and I made an article and was like, stop calling white people Karens and stuff like that. That's derogatory and all this stuff like that. But we're the only race that want to sit here and say, oh, we adopt the word nigga. That is, we took it back and we making it powerful. No, that it just sounds stupid. Okay, it's very hypocritical, and then you get mad when a person that's not Black uses it, and it's just like, it's just so stupid. I hate that word. I really do. And like I said, anytime that I'm using it, I'm trying to be disrespectful, because it's disrespectful. Okay, but not for nothing, in regards to this whole OG situation, I myself personally did not see any colorism. I did see probably featureism, and with featureism is the beauty is in the eye beholder. If I feel that you are ugly, maybe I may treat you wrong. You just may be right, but y'all better not be sitting on your high horses like y'all don't do that. And especially us women, let an ugly dude come up to us and try to talk to us in the club. We don't pay him no dust. We ignore him. We roll our eyes. We act as if he's not standing there. But let a fine dude that we find to be fine come up on us and ask us for a drink. We're like, yeah, vodka and Sprite, please. Like, get out of here, okay? Get out of here. All right, let's stop acting like we don't do the whole featureism and stuff like that when it comes to us women, and it comes to the likes of a fine man or a, you know, cute brother. Like, stop it, okay? Because we will, you know, pull that card, okay? Now I want to get into this last topic, but you guys let me know what y'all think about this whole situation when it comes to OG. Do you feel like that, you know, it was a colorist situation, featureism situation, meaning that, you know, it's not necessarily a color to color situation. It's more so they feel like that her features aren't attractive, and so they treating her a certain way. Or do you just feel as though that, you know what I'm saying, it's none of the above, it's just girls being girls? Y'all let me know in the comments, because I'm serious about this. I'm just kind of like over this whole situation when it comes to this topic. I'm just like, girl, like, ugh, like, women gonna be women. We are not fixing to be friendly when we are argumentative with somebody or being shady. Like, everything gets pulled. Like, come on now. Anyways, so I want to slide on to a topic now. This particular topic I did not put on the thumbnail because I'm just going to slide it in here. I don't know if you guys remember. I actually, let me see what you guys saying. Yes, colorism has played a part in this. You think so? Wilnessa Thomas, you think so? What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to place the link for you guys to come on onto the stream and be able to tell me your perspective, you know, live. You guys don't have to be seen. But yeah, I would love to hear why you feel that way, Vanessa. The link has been placed into the chat if you guys are able to come on up. Okay, but anyways, I want to head on to this last topic. Like I said, if you guys have not been watching the news, here recently, Rand Paul, which is gosh, I want to say he's he's like I think he's like a governor, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look up his information. Yeah, he's a senator. My bad, y'all. He's a senator. Okay. He's a senator. I want to say for Kentucky. Yeah, he's a senator, United States senator for Kentucky. Okay. Now he actually held Rachel Levine, who is a transgender, and I actually did a video in regards to this whole situation. Like some weeks back, please go check that video out, okay? But Biden appointed Levine to be the first transgender over, I want to say, secretary over health, right? And so he was just addressing some concerns when it comes to being in this position. Check this out, and then we're going to talk about it, okay? Let me share my screen with you guys real quick.
Genital mutilation has been nearly universally condemned. Genital mutilation has been condemned by the WHO, the United Nations Children's Fund, the United Nations Population Fund. According to the WHO, genital mutilation is recognized internationally as a violation of human rights. Be given hormone blockers to prevent them from going through puberty, as well as surgical destruction of a minor's genitalia. Like surgical mutilation, hormonal interruption of puberty can permanently alter and prevent secondary sexual characteristics. The American College of Pediatricians reports that 80 to 95% of prepubertal children with gender dysphoria will experience resolution by late adolescence if not exposed to medical intervention and social affirmation.
Thank you, babe.
Dr. Levine, do you believe that minors are capable of making such a life-changing decision as changing one's sex?
Well, Senator, thank you for your interest in this question. Transgender medicine is a very complex and nuanced field with robust research and standards of care that have been developed. And if I am fortunate enough to be confirmed as the Assistant Secretary of Health, I would look forward to working with you and your office and coming to your office and discussing the particulars of the standards of care for transgender medicine.
The specific question was about minors. Let's be a little more specific since you evaded the question. Do you support the government intervening to override the parent's consent to give a child puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and/or amputation surgery of breasts and genitalia? You have said that you're willing to accelerate the protocols for street kids. I'm alarmed that poor kids with no parents who are homeless and distraught, you would just go through this and allow that to happen to a minor. I would hope that you would have compassion for Kira Bell, who's a 23-year-old girl who was confused with her identity. At 14, she read on the internet about something about transsexual. She thought, well, maybe that's what I am. She ended up getting these puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones. She had her breasts amputated. But here's what ultimately she says now. And this is a very insightful decision from someone who made a mistake but was led to believe this was a good thing by the medical community. I made a brash decision as a teenager, as a lot of teenagers do, trying to find confidence and happiness, except now the rest of my life will be negatively affected, she said, adding that the medicalized gender transitioning was a very temporary, superficial fix for a very complex identity issue. What I'm alarmed at is that you're not willing to say absolutely minors shouldn't be making decisions to amputate their breast or to amputate their genitalia. For most of our history, we have believed that minors don't have full rights and that parents need to be involved. So I'm alarmed that you won't say with certainty that minors should not have the ability to make the decision to take hormones that will affect them for the rest of their life. Will you make a more firm decision on whether or not minors should be involved in these decisions?
Senator, transgender medicine is a very complex and nuanced field. And if confirmed to the position of Assistant Secretary of Health, I would certainly be pleased to come to your office and talk with you and your staff about the standards of care and the complexity of this field.
Let it go into the record that the witness refused to answer the question. The question is a very specific one. Should minors be making these momentous decisions? For most of the history of medicine, we wouldn't let you have a cut sewn up in the ER. But you're willing to let a minor take things that prevent their puberty, and you think they get that back? You give a woman testosterone enough that she grows a beard, you think she's going to go back looking like a woman when you stop the testosterone? You have permanently changed them. Infertility is another problem. None of these drugs have been approved for this. They're all being used off-label. I find it ironic that the left that went nuts over hydroxychloroquine being used possibly for COVID are not alarmed that these hormones are being used off-label. There's no long-term studies. We don't know what happens to them. We do know that there are dozens and dozens of people who've been through this who regret that this happened and a permanent change happened to them. And, you know, if you've ever been around children, 14-year-olds can't make this decision. In the gender dysphoria clinic in England, 10% of the kids are between the ages of 3 and 10. We should be outraged that someone's talking to a 3-year-old about changing their sex.
So I told you in.
All right, you guys, I'm come back on here. We absolutely should be outraged, but are we? No. This is the way. This is the move. This is what is to be expected. We are in the last days, you guys. I don't want to scare anybody, but if you are a child of God, you should not be afraid. You should know that everything is supposed to happen this way, and everything will come to pass as so it has been written. All right. So the thing is that, in regards to this particular topic, before I open again the lines to everyone to be able to come in and tell your opinions, which those that are tuning in on Facebook, please check out the link. Come on in. You guys are more welcome to tell your opinions. But not for nothing, in regards to this particular topic, okay? Senator got a lot of backlash in regards to it. Because why? Because there you go again. When you talk about the LGBT community or you quote unquote allegedly attack it, oh, you become a homophobic, oh, you become all these things except for just stating your opinion. We can have freedom of speech to a certain extent. Okay. And it was a plainly asked question. And as it was just so scary to look at this person continue to state the same thing. Like it was a little glitch of a change, but for the most part, they repeated the same thing. Okay. And it's just like, oh my God, that was scary. That was scary because that should be something that you just boom, boom, boom. But you're sticking to a script and you're just rolling with that. And that is scary to say the least. And you guys, we really have to pray for our children. We absolutely have to pray for our children. If you guys want to continue that video, that is The Days of Noah, an important message by G. Craig Lewis of EX Ministries. You can check him out on his page. But yeah, that's to me alarming. But the thing is, the next approach that they're trying to do is if they're young enough to be able to say, okay, I want to get this removed off my body. Well, they're young enough to be able to say that they're old enough to be sexually involved. Let's just be real. Because what he said and what Senator said was very valid. You can't get so much as a cut and not have consent from your parent, let alone you can sit up here and decide at 3, at 12 that you're old enough to be able to get your penis removed or your titties removed, your breasts, sorry. But, you know, it's just like they're trying to do away with these age things, you know, and it's very alarming. You guys, please pray for this nation, pray for this world, pray for your kids, okay? Now I am opening the floor for any questions, concerns, and or comments in regards to any of these particular topics that we're talking about. I'm gonna head on over to Facebook because I see some comments. I see from London, Paris. Hey, girl, if you're still on here and if you can hear me, she states, I most definitely think the girls was being racist when it came to OG. Even Shannon Shaw's wife said something familiar about race when they were talking to OG. Well, see, the thing is that the only thing with that, just to kind of educate you guys, us as Black people cannot be racist towards another. That's when it becomes colorism. Okay, so we can't be racist towards our own color, if that makes sense. Okay, we can't. It's not possible, if you will. Okay, so if anything, it'll be that we're being colorist towards one another. Okay. Now, like I said, is that possible? Could that be true? I very well think so. I very well think it can be some coloristic situations. However, my thing is, you also heard when Miss Jackie was like, now, come on now, you know, I was called aggressive too. I was called crazy. I was called these and that and third. Now, what OG did point out, she's like, well, have you ever been, sat on a separate side of the stage when it comes to the reunion and stuff like that? Now, I do get that. I think that was a shady big, but I think that it's on production. Okay. I think that has something to do with the cast. And see, we can take our frustrations, our personal frustrations out on those that are around us. And and at the end of the day, you can't expect nobody to be your super saver. Okay. I'm sorry. I can't expect my fellow Black people to stand up and support me if we have an issue within our own community. Let's be clear. Let's be very frank and honest with the whole situation. We are coloristic towards each other. I mean, let's just be real. You know, if we see as women, let's just be real. Okay. If we see as a darker woman or as a fairly brown skinned woman like myself, I'm not darker, but I was just going down the genres, but I'm gonna stay on me. As a fair skinned woman myself, when I was younger, was very insecure when it came to the likes of a yellow girl, because to me, that's what was in. That's what a man wanted. And to this day, it seems like if you notice, like when men get to a position of leadership or better lines of quality in their life, they go get them a white woman or a close complexion woman. The thing is that, that's just what it is. I mean, it's just, you can just see the dynamics of it. It's history when it comes to that, you know what I'm saying? So as a brown skinned woman, I was envious. I am being so transparent and honest. I was envious of that girl, because that's something I can. And I was having a conversation with my husband. We were talking about this whole thing with women, and I'm bouncing around, but this kind of plays a fold. I was talking to him about, why women get upset when men cheat on us, depending on who it is, what they do, or whatever the case may be, we are going to have an issue. Okay. And the thing is that, say, for instance, this girl is white. Well, we have an issue, not necessarily because, it's interracial, but I can't be white. You know what I'm saying? And then it was a situation where a conversation was made on another YouTuber, which is Armand Wiggins. I love his channel because he talks about stuff like this, especially being in the LGBTQ community. Well, he's not really, he himself says, I'm not in that community, but he's a gay male. And he talks about this, and he asks, posed the question like, why do women have an issue with, men being with men in their past or whatever the case may be? Well, there's something that I can't be as a woman. What you guys got to understand, I literally say guys, okay? What you men have to understand as women, we don't have an issue with interracial relationship. We don't give a darn. We want people that want us. Let's get that very clear. Okay. So we don't care that you like white women or whatever. It's just that we feel a certain way when we can't match the opponent. Okay. So if we see Becky, with the good hair, we can't compete. We can't be that. But if we see Ashley and she's our complexion, sometimes we're like, oh, well, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that, I feel as though, we can have some coloristic behavior amongst one another. But the thing is that we have to get to a place to where we can be 100% with ourselves. Okay, we have to be 100% with ourselves and know that, we have an issue within our own community, and you could see with OG in that situation, you had another Black woman trying to talk to you about the topic, and OG was very standoffish about it. And I get it. She probably tired of it. Here it is a year later in this situation. It's like, girl, I don't feel like talking about this, but no, let's talk about it. You have a big issue about it. Let's talk about it. You got somebody who wants to talk to you behind about it. Let's talk about it. But you want to be, passive aggressive about the situation. Oh, you should know what you did. You should know. See, that's why you got that aggressive label. That's why you got that angry Black woman label. And let's be real, and I'm tired of it. Okay, because I'm going to go there. I'm tired of us not holding ourselves accountable. Okay, we give those titles to ourselves as angry Black women. I stand in it myself. The anger stems from something. But let's address that frustration, that anger that has nothing to do with this person that you are putting this anger out on. And I'm just going to, again, be transparent like I always am. I was so aggressive when it came to my husband. My husband had to tell me, like, girl, you are not a dude. Stop bucking up to me. Stop getting aggressive with me. And like I say, to this day, I'm still working on that. Because I dealt with sexual abuse. I dealt with different things that are triggering. And sometimes, in those situations, my husband can be triggering, but that's still not his fault. Let's come on now. That's still not his fault. That's my issue that I have to, address. And I have to work on that to get that off. So I won't have any triggers. Okay. So I feel like when it comes to OG, it's the same dynamics, boo. You have some inner issues that you feel as though you can't handle what these girls are dishing out. So you want to put titles on it. You want to, in a roundabout way. Because like I just said, when we are being catty women, we're being catty. We talk about your nappy-headed kid. We talk about your broke mama. We go down the line. We go down the entire line, and we don't care who we offend or who heart we hurt or whatever the case may be. Okay. And I feel as though that whole freaking show, that's just what it is. It is what it is. Okay. How many times have we seen, these women go back and forth with these people, whatever. But my thing is this: stop going on these shows. Okay. You got a history. It'd be different if we didn't see the dynamics in this whole show. Evelyn been jumping on tables to get to people. She been doing all these things. But when do we allow a person to kind of move forward past, their past? And then I saw one person, some people talking about, well, she was tapping on her vagina and patting her vagina. She ain't changed. That's her coochie. If she want to pat that mug and rub it down or whatever the case may be, that's fine. That's hers. What do they got to do with her running after somebody and getting up in their face and about to go there with them or whatever the case may be? Those are two different extremes. Just because she's getting, because shoot, let's be real. OG shot a shot, baby. She went there. She hit below the belt. She got to talking about Ocho Cinco wanted me. Baby, that's her ex. She went through some stuff like that. Let it be a situation between me and my husband and we exes and somebody throw out, well, Darren wanted me. I'm like, bitch, what? Baby, please. I would go there too. You know what I'm saying? Girl, nah. Like, let's just be real. All these women are catty on these shows. It's salacious. It gives good content and gives good tea. But when you get up here and you put your personal situations on these platforms, you're not doing yourself no service. Okay. But if you're going to put your personal stuff on platforms like this, let's address it. Let's talk about it. You know, let's really talk about it, but let's hold ourselves accountable. Because I'm sorry, OG is not no saint, baby. She is very aggressive. She does get in people's face. Yeah, you can't hold your composure and not hit nobody, okay? But you get in people's face, and so if somebody hits you, I think it will be warranted. And it goes to the extent of just like Real Housewives of Potomac, the whole situation with Candace and Monique. You know, Candace got a mouth on her. And she just this last, time wrote one that her butt couldn't cash because Monique gave it to her. You're going to meet that person that you're not going to continuously to be able to come up in somebody's face and be aggressive and throw all these spews and somebody not reach out and touch you. Now, see, had somebody touched OG, they'll be wrong. But we're not holding her accountable for antagonizing situations. So my thing in regards to that, absolutely, I do believe that, this show can have its coloristic approaches, but it does not have to do with other Black women that are saying, like Jackie said, I went through the same thing and she's like my complexion. You know what I'm saying? They just don't think you cute. And maybe they are throwing shade and being ugly towards you, but you can't change that. You was born with the features that you was born with, but this is featureism. Girl, you just not cute. Hey, I'm not cute to some people. Some people, like I said earlier in this show, compare me to Wanda, a whole man out here in these streets. Okay, a whole man. Okay, but not for nothing, you guys. Like, I don't know. I just feel as though that we need to be a little more realistic with ourselves and hold ourselves accountable for our own action. And I feel as though that if OG wouldn't have came in with this sense of arrogancy, being messy, you know what I'm saying? I think she would have been accepted a lot more, regardless of her features, regardless of all this stuff like that. But sometimes cute people can be ugly when they open their mouth. And sometimes ugly people need to shut their mouth. Okay. But anyways, you guys, I'm going to open the lines. I'm going to leave this open for the next minute or so. I actually already had it out. So if you guys don't want to discuss anything in particular, I am going to wrap this up and see you guys later. But yeah, let's get into this. Let me go ahead and pull all of this up. Okay. Pray you guys are enjoying your day. All right. I'm going to give you guys a few more minutes if you guys decide you guys want to come in and tell me your opinion. I placed the link in the comments and it's on the screen. You can literally not click that, but you can grab it and pull it up. You don't have to have a StreamYard account at all. Well, Nessa, if you're still here, I would love to hear what you have to say about this. Again, the link is in the chat. I have actually pinned it. So there you guys go. All right, a few more minutes, you guys. And we're going to be out of here. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe and actually join the channel. We have some great things coming your way when it comes to this channel. And it is for exclusively for members, okay? So if you guys are not members just yet, don't worry. You have the opportunity to just scroll on down and click the join button and become a member so you guys can get this exclusive content that I'm about to release here soon. Okay, so I guess that is it for us. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in to Whitney D. I am she. Again, if you're new to the channel, don't be. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. to be a part of the Witness gang, to join the Witness Nation. Oh, Money Central, I love it too, girl. Love you. Okay. Thank you for coming on to the show. Again, like I said, we are accepting members. Oh, there goes Shanae. Oh, we got somebody right before we was about to get up on out of here. Let me bring Shanae on. Hey, Shanae.
Hey, honey.
Hey, honey bunches of oats. What do you have to say?
Girl, listen, I missed this whole thing. I'm been on lunch. I'm been at work.
It's okay.
I couldn't even tell you.
Would you like to know what's going on?
Huh?
Would you like for me to just recant everything that we're talking about?
Hold on a second. I can't hear you now for some reason.
Can you hear me now?
I'm trying to see if I can fix the volume.
Okay.
Say something.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, no, I can hear you, but it's really, really low.
Oh. Okay. Is that better? Me being in the mic?
Let me get out this plate. Is this a fish sandwich? What's this? What is this? Let me get out of here. Maybe I can hear you in just a second. I know you were talking about Kenya and them, but I think you may have switched up, so I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, we were talking. Okay. We were talking about.
Okay, I'm gonna get out and then I'm gonna try to come back in.
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right, you guys. So we got some questions. So we're gonna stay in here a little bit longer. I see 3 shots in. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. So you have a question. Let me hear your question. 3 shots in. And while we wait on Shanae to get her things together, if you guys have any questions, concerns, or comments at this time, I'm gonna give you guys a good 5 to 7 minutes before we wrap everything up. But if you have a question, come on in and ask your question. If you like to come in to the stream, the link is in the comments. So you're more than welcome to come on in, okay? All right, Shanae is back. Let's get her back on here. Let's see what she got to say. Let me take this down. All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So,
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So tell me a recap of what we talking about.
Okay, because I was gonna say, I know you had you were asking about Kenya.
Yes.
So okay. All right. So in regards to Kenya behind is over here trying to holler at LATOYA. She kind of told her about herself not defending her when the girls was getting on her behind about being a little messy Bessie and trying to tell what was going on at the bachelorette little shindig with Bolo the stripper. And LATOYA was like, that was messy or whatever. Well, in this conversation, she kind of makes a pass at LATOYA. And so what I was saying was, I was like, Kenya needs to get her life together. She's not even out this marriage. She don't even know where this is going before she tries to move forward with LATOYA. And I said, we tend to do that. We go to another sexual preference or sexual orientation. Like women will go to another woman because we feel like, oh, they know how to do it because I'm a woman. Or vice versa with a man. It's like, no, you got to get yourself together before you go anywhere because that's not going to change anything. So what's your opinion on it?
I agree with you 100% with Kenya. I think Mark and the whole ordeal with the baby and stuff is just a lot. And she just needs to get herself together with her child and get the divorce if that's what she decides to do or whatever, and try to figure that out first of all before she try to move on to the opposite sex or any sex, whatever she decides to do. That's her business, but she needs to wait.
That's how
close one door before she open up another one.
Absolutely. That's how I feel about the whole situation. And that's why I was saying, I feel as though people tend to, do that. Even if it is the opposite sex or same sex, or whatever the case may be, they feel they be in this rebound phase. And instead of allowing themselves to heal and move forward from the situation, they, they just rebound these people and then they get hurt in that process and then they hurt this person that's coming in. And I don't feel like that's a smart move.
Yeah, no, that's not smart at all. No. Did you watch that episode?
I did. I was catching up, and that's what made me be like, you know what? I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna talk about this because this is ridiculous. Because she's been looking so disheveled this whole season. You know.
Like I was one of them girls, I can't remember who it was. It may have been Drew, but she was like, okay, I don't know this Kenya. Like she had the red suit on, she was splitting and flipping and stuff.
Yeah,
And it's like she had two personalities almost. And then all of a sudden, the next morning she want to know who did what with who, and asking all these questions and stuff, just being nosy. Like you really want to know, you should have stayed up like Candy and stayed in the room and watched or whatever Candy did. Right. Candy know who did what, but she ain't gonna say it.
Right. I mean, because like Shay said, what stays in the dungeon, you know, what happens on the dungeon stays in there. My thing is this, quiet as it kept. I really think that if Kenya was involved, if she got her little punai touched or stroke or whatever, she wouldn't be complaining. But I feel as though nobody was interacting with her. And so she feel a way about it.
Yep. That's so true. So true. And honey, I watched, I don't know who that was. He did a commentary on the show too, but he mentioned if it was Portia is single. It don't matter. Who it mattered is if it was Tanya, whatever. Yeah. She had somebody, and then she quit the show, which made it even more evident. Looked like she did something with Bolo.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. I mean, I honestly think it was her. If you ask me, I think it was her. I think she was the other one that was involved.
Yeah, because they was like, because Kenya kept saying, I heard two voices. I know it was Portia and it was somebody else. And then Marlo even said that she heard noises too.
My thing is that,
you know. He mentioned something about her facial expression. He was like, she's a horrible actor. Her facial expressions gave it away at the table when they was trying to figure out who was there with Bolo.
Right. Yep. Girl, I just feel as though that was the whole little situation. She felt the way, and she felt like they weren't including her. Nobody was paying attention to her behind, and so she got jealous. Next topic, I wonder what you feel about. I don't know if you watch Basketball Wives.
Basketball Wives. That's with the OG now, right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Even if you don't watch it, the whole colorism situation with her. What are your thoughts on that?
I can say I've watched Basketball Wives since it started. So, being a dark complected lady, some things that. Okay, let me tell you. I kind of agree with Funky. Do you ever listen to Funky Dineva or whatever he said?
I do.
Okay, he did one on that one. Because, and he said some kind of stuff that Evelyn says could be reached that far. At first he thought OG was reaching too much, but then he said something about it couldn't. She, as much as Evelyn has been around Black people, she should know stuff that she can't say that may make them feel a certain type of way. And because when OG came into the show, they were so hard on her. Like, she didn't lock me out the house. They were so hard on her. And then they was all, they were scared of her and stuff like that. And I'm thinking because she played football and she always told them she'll whoop their asses or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, out of everybody in the show, if anybody should be scared of anybody, it should be Evelyn, because she the one threw a bottle across the table and tried to hit somebody with it, jumping on tables and trying to run after people and stuff. Out of her, and then Tammy would be next in line. He said, only thing this girl did was say she was gonna whoop y'all, but she never did it. You just knew not to come up on her. But because she's dark complected and the way she looked at her features and some of the words that Evelyn said, it could come off that way to somebody else. You don't know how that person was raised, and he mentioned something about hurt from when she was growing up. He thinks some of that could play in it, and then she just takes everything. Some things a little more sensitive than others. I don't personally think that Evelyn is racist.
Me neither.
I just think that something you just can't say to certain people.
Right. I feel the same way when you said in regards to Evelyn. I personally don't. And let me just, let's, I'm transparent. I'm real. I feel as though she one of those women like the black white girls, and they irritate me. They feel as though if they get just a much amount of black ping in them that they black, and they feel like they can talk and say different stuff. And the thing is that nah, you can't. You can't just say whatever you want to say just because you got a black dude. Because people got to understand, just as though, or just because you have you're white or you're of a different nationality or race, just because you have a black ping in you or you got biracial kids, that doesn't mean that you don't like that race. Like, just because you got a black man don't mean that you don't like black women. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might like black men and that black peen, but you got a problem with that black woman. Okay, let's just be real. So, but at the end of the day, I don't feel as though Evelyn is colorist or racist or anything like that. I just feel as though she got a sense of privilege because she's
light complected.
Exactly. And that she bangs men. Well, actually, no, I'm not even gonna say because she's light skin complexion, because that's when the whole colorism thing come in. Let me tell you what I think, Shanae, and this just happened with this last episode. Shawnee actually, and I'm surprised nobody is even talking about this. Shawnee was the one that really opened the whole can, because she stated, now do I overlook a lot of stuff that Evelyn does? I do, because that's my friend. Boom. That's it right there. That's the reason why it comes off as if Evelyn is unruly. Evelyn gets to do everything that she wants to and doesn't be held accountable, because she does. And that's because her friend is the producer or executive producer of the show. That's just like us. You know what I'm saying? You have a family member that sells shirts. Well, you be looking for a discount because, you know what I'm saying, they sell shirts or whatever the case may be, because you got that connection. You got privilege. I don't necessarily think it has anything to do with her, being brighter complected. Well, Shawnee just said it. That's my friend. So yeah, I do overlook a lot of stuff. So that's it right there. That's the reason why over the years you see Evelyn getting away with all this stuff, because she has a connection with production. If you notice, OG has gotten into it with everybody on set. Everybody, except for the people that's on her side that like her, whatever. But she got into it with Evelyn. She got into it with Kristen. She said a few things in regards to Shawnee and and stuff like that. If you're going to be in a position like that, you got to respect the powers that be. That's just what it is. And I just feel as though it's not a coloristic thing to me. It's more so of a privilege thing to me. And I don't think it's a privilege thing with color. It's a privilege thing with who you connected to. That's just me, Yeah. So thank you so much for your comments in regards to everything. And then the last thing that we discussed, if you would like to speak on it, is that Senator Rand Paul got a little backlash. I don't know if you got to see that, but he got backlash in regards to addressing the transgender that is appointed by Biden. He's appointed him as the first transgender over health. And so the senator was just asking him questions in regards to like his position of possibly being, in that position. And he was so robotic in his response. It was eerie that, and then it got the senator so pissed off because he's like, you're not answering the question. And it was a very straightforward question in regards to basically kids being able to make that choice of transitioning at a very, very young age.
Okay, quick question. The senator was talking to whom? The president or?
No, Levine is the transgender that is that's possibly going to be appointed over health. And I guess the senator speaks to the candidates before they get in position or whatever the case may be. So he was just saying, if appointed, what are your stands on, this being legalized, in America, and oh gosh, Levine could not really answer it. They kept just,
I'm I'm
stating the script.
I was against the whole thing with him being there, period.
Right.
Just okay, let me get this straight. I am not against the L, the G, none of the letters. You
Hmm.
do what you do. But when when you're in the office or you got position, you have influence on others. And if you can pass a law for my child to be taught by transgender and I have no say on it, I feel like
Hmm.
that's the issue for me because they're at a young age and everything influences them.
Right.
And you allow stuff to happen like this, like, okay, it's okay. And at some point, it's just going to be like the norm. Like, oh, you can just date whatever, be whatever. They're going to start changing what, when you go to the bathrooms, what they say, women and men, it's just, that's going to be off the doors. Like, it's not even going to be on there anymore at some point. I
Yeah.
think like the vocabulary is changing. I heard something really. I heard one where at the hospitals they don't want you to say breast milk or something.
What?
I have to see where I heard it at, but it's like we just changing the whole vocabulary just to conform around LGBTQ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, well, I have to agree. I just feel as though that the freedom of speech and right of choice of things is being convoluted in regards to this whole community. And I feel like they're nothing but thugs. If you ask me, it's like you cannot have an opinion or oppose any of that without being labeled, and it's unfortunate because I'm not forcing my straight views on you. I'm just saying, give me the choice to choose for my family and the dynamics of. But let's be real, this is where we are told.
Today.
Yeah, this is where we are today. This is where, we already knew, being children of the Most High, that this was going to happen. So it's unfortunate. We just got to make sure that we raise our children up accordingly and speak the truth for those that are willing to listen, but yeah, I just feel as though he did not deserve the backlash that he got because the questions that he asked was very straightforward,
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure other people would have wanted him to ask that question,
right,
or either people wanted to hear the answer.
right. So Shanae,
Yeah, if they didn't get that.
I'm gonna keep you up here and mute you because we actually got a question from Three Shots In. I want to answer this and I want to get your perspective. Okay, so I'm gonna put you on
Okay.
mute. I'm gonna ask this question. All right, you guys. So Three Shots In asked, "What do you think crosses the line between preference/colorism, or do you feel there's even a difference?" Um, um, the thing is this: your preference is something that you prefer. Okay, when you say colorism, I think it does. It does exactly what it says. Colorism is based off of that race, that color, if you feel. And when we talk about colorism, we talk about something different from preference. Preference is something that you personally prefer, something that you prefer over, or whatever the case may be. When you talk about colorism, sometimes with colorism, just like racism, it's a thing where it comes to where you're being prejudiced towards that color, or you're being derogative towards that color. Preference is just like, I prefer broccoli over green beans. I'm not hurting green beans because I like broccoli. That's just what I prefer. Versus colorism is stating, I prefer a lighter skinned girl over this black ugly girl. You get what I'm saying? That's the difference when you're talking about a preference and colorist. It is a difference if you ask me. Colorism in another aspect can be, oh, I like you. You're cute to be a black girl, you know, or oh my goodness, your hair is so long to be a chocolate girl. You're so pretty to be a chocolate girl. See, that's forms of colorism, you know what I'm saying? And more so colorism deals with the same color. You know, preference can just be in and out of weaving of things. Like a preference is like for me, I'm gonna give an example for me. Let's say I prefer to date within my race. No shade towards any other race, but that's my preference. You know, like I said, I prefer, you know, I prefer tall men over short men. No offense to a short man, but that's my preference. And can my preference be wavered? Absolutely, it can. Colorism is a sense of, like I said, prejudiceness, and you are actually talking down on the other thing that you are preferring over the next, if that makes sense. So it is a difference, I believe, and it is a thin line between it, and I feel as though you have to tread lightly. So 3 shots in. Thank you for your question. I hope I was able to answer that. Shanae, what's your opinion when it comes to preference over colorism? Do you think there's a difference, or does it tote the same lines?
I think there is a difference, but it's pretty much what you said. You know, if I prefer dark skinned men versus light skin, maybe colorism. But if I want a tall man compared to a short man, doesn't matter what race. That's just my preference.
Right, exactly. So yeah, that's why I say when people, talk about preference, and sometimes you can have people that use colorism and then they be like, no, that's my preference. Like with the whole situation that happened, I want to say like last year when it came to Chris Brown and the rumors were swirling about him, preferring light-skinned girls or racially ambiguous girls over dark-skinned girls and stuff like that. And he tried to throw it out there, well, that was my preference. I'm like, nah, bruh, because you're talking down and being rude and being disrespectful to the same race, but to darker girls. Like, nah, we can't. That's not the same, dude. You being colorist. Let's just be real.
Yeah. Wow. 3 shots in is on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You be watching?
Oh gosh.
Well, you guys, that is gonna wrap it up. I've been on here with you guys for an hour and 20 minutes. Shanae, thank you so very much for joining on. I am probably going to be back later this week with you guys because I have some exclusive information that I'm about to expose somebody, y'all. I'm excited about this. And then I have a question that I want to pose to women, and it's going to be intriguing. I actually came up across an email from a woman who prefers to date married men. So,
oh wow,
yes. So we're going to have to talk about that. I'm going to have to bring you back, Shanae, because you have some interesting perspective. And you guys, if you guys have not heard of Shazazz Creations, I talk about it all the time. I am a brand affiliate of this brand, and Shanae Collins is the owner and operator of Black Owned. So you guys got to check her out. You guys will see her commercial at the end of this show. You guys, thank you for tuning in. Shanae, thank you, girl.
Thank you for having me, honey.
Ma'am, love you.
Love you too. I'll talk to you later.
Ma'am. So yeah, I want you guys to check her out. I will have her video at the end of the show. But you guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Join the channel. By all means, join this freaking channel. We got some good stuff coming your way. And I only talk about stuff that I can actually talk about, that I know a little bit about. Okay. But not for nothing, you guys. Thank you guys again for tuning in. This has been Whitney DTV, and I am she. Signing off. Thank you guys so very much. Bye-bye.
It's the one and only big homie, AG.
It's your boy Darren, better known as Super.
Woo-hoo!
It's your boy Antonius Maximus. We 3 shots in, you heard?
Let's go.
Brown and white. In a jean.
Everybody tell the truth when you're 3 shots in.
Shazazz Creations is a virtual boutique for creative customized apparel, tumblers, and jewelry. Allow them to create a keepsake that you can use as a heirloom for centuries to come. Everything from blankets to pillows, allow your memories to come alive with every picture. Tell them Whitney D from Whitney D TV sent you. Use the Whitney D code or link in the description box below. Bye.
Come on in, people. It's time for the plug. So y'all know I got a word. If you don't know, you're gonna find out in a few minutes. My name is Britannia, and I am the plug. I'm the plug. I am the plug. My name is Britannia, and I am the plug. I am the plug.
Welcome to Embrace Pangea. These products are all created to bring you back to balance through nature's gifts. They have a wide range of products that deal with various aspects of daily life, such as deodorants, juices, clothing, vagina detoxers, and body scrubs. Whichever product that you decide to embrace, you can rest assured that it was created with love for the betterment of self. Embrace your Pangea. Visit the link in the description box below and let them know that Whitney D of Whitney D TV sent you. Bye. So check out the site embracepangea.com and embrace your Pangea. You know what I'm saying? The Dating Yard is a new, fresh dating show for the times we're in. COVID-19 came and changed the world, but love is still out there. If you don't want to go through these times alone, the Dating Yard is here for you. Single men and women ages 18 and up, we're looking for you. Participants will be matched up with one of our candidates, where they have the chance to possibly find love. Now, our candidates will be matched up with one of our participants, but it's not that easy. After a 3-round elimination, candidates have a possible chance at finding love as well. This show is streamed live through StreamYard. Must be willing to have your likeness displayed online. So now, here's your chance. We want you now accepting submissions at www.whitneydavisplanning.com/The Dating Yard.
I can't even count, but numerous of times at night was taken to this back room and then molested. So I can't even count.
But I wasn't okay.
And then it got to the point where he started to go a little further.
Get off my sister, and I was just like, yeah, because I didn't know, what was going on. So was your abuse by females, males, or
males?
So I would say around 7.
Because in that moment, we had all had a common narrative. They had been molested too, and 2 out of those sisters by the same person that was doing it to me.
He said, well, I want to ask you, are you gay?
We survived because it figured out what to do if we blow a fuse. And the brain knows what to do if it believes it will destruct. It takes memories and it moves them offline so that we don't remember, so we don't have to deal with what the brain says is too much.
Drama every time you do something. No peace, nowhere. You're not looking at the spirit realm. In the natural, you look like a pretty cool brother. You're a pretty cool sister, but you can't get along with nobody. And every relationship, even the good ones that should have turned out into something good, can't turn out good because you're not aware of the spirit realm.
Hello you guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be.
I'm Whitney. Whitney D here from the sensationalized, celebrity recognized Whitney D TV, where I give you a realistic approach on celebrity news, advice, story times, reviews, and more. I'm here to let you know that we are now taking members. Yes, that's right. With 4 tiers to choose from, you can pick how you'd like to help support my channel on a monthly basis. Each tier giving you another level of exclusivity and access you won't get not becoming a member. So love Whitney D TV and want to see it grow? Join today. Thank you for tuning into the show. Now it's your turn. We want to hear from you. But remember, keep it cute or get the boot. Let's talk in the comments down below. Check out all our sponsors and affiliates in the description box. And don't forget to join the Witness Nation by clicking the subscribe button. Thank you. Until next time, this is Whitney D with Whitney D TV. Signing off.